for joining us for the 13 News Now Making a Mark special. I'm Ashley Smith, and for years, viewers like you have been telling me about the people and groups in your neighborhoods who work each day to make a community a better place for everyone. And I'm proud to share those stories this week. And for the next 30 minutes, I'll highlight some of my favorites. I do want to start in Virginia Beach, where a nonprofit is helping people lead productive, fulfilling lives in an inclusive and encouraging environment. Take a look inside the Ability Center of Virginia.
Our belief about what they're capable of here at Ability Center is not even to ask that question, right? It'd be like, what aren't they capable of?
The Ability Center of Virginia serves children and adults with developmental disabilities.
A safe place to be exactly who you are, a safe place to learn, a safe place to grow, a place you don't want to leave.
But Programs Director Ashley Hall says everyone is welcome.
You build a personal relationship with someone that's different than you. That fear goes away, and you realize that you have so much more in common than you have different.
Ashley says the center's inclusive environment also fosters self-sufficiency.
When you come here, you're not with mom and dad. You're not with, maybe you have a caregiver sometimes, and you're independent. Such a big deal. It's so important for so many people.
Don't worry. Art programs, field trips, summer camps, and other activities encourage relationship building and personal growth.
It's a great opportunity to really focus on serious community engagement and social skills and living skills.
Ashley says staff and volunteers are dedicated to helping kids and adults reach their full potential.
Unique people here, the compassion of our staff, of our executive director, those are the things that make Ability Center what it is. It's a place of love and certainly a family, and that sounds really cheesy, but it's true.
The Ability Center offers programs all through the year, including Ability Days, the Artworks program, and Camp Ability in the summers. Now, drive about a half hour from the Ability Center into Pungo, and you may not notice anything unusual at first, but friends and family of people with special needs will tell you extraordinary things happen every day at Untamed Spirit, a nonprofit making a mark through life-changing horseback riding therapy.
All right, let's go get a hat.
6-year-old McKenna Pence.
You ready to ride? Yep.
Loves to ride her favorite horse.
You said, I want to ride my horse.
Rocky.
She rides him forward, right? And backwards. Is that your favorite?
McKenna's mom, Ruth, says she has a rare genetic disorder called Prader-Willi syndrome.
The key things are low muscle tone, and she also has anxiety. It affects her cognitive abilities.
But that changes when she's riding.
Thank you.
She can do things on Rocky that she can't do every day.
Say turn left.
In other settings. I think it gives her confidence. It makes her feel calm.
What's back here?
It's all part of the Untamed Spirit therapeutic and educational program in Virginia Beach.
We offer adaptive riding for children and adults with special needs, and we also offer mental health counseling services. Turn, turn, turn.
Barbara Ford founded the nonprofit in 2010.
We offer adaptive riding for children and adults with special needs, and we also offer mental health counseling services. It's just amazing what it integrates into their body. And say, whoa, Rocky. Whoa, Rocky. Oh, no.
Untamed Spirit holds sessions with a handful of trained horses on a sprawling, peaceful 24 acres.
This allows people just to take a breath and to pause. The minute you start coming down the driveway, you can start to feel safe.
And while the horseback sessions are therapeutic, they're also a chance for kids like McKenna to just be kids.
She enjoys telling people about it. She is excited when we're coming to Rocky. She enjoys being here.
Now, this next story highlights a celebration of culture, diversity, and unity. The Art of Living Foundation, the International Association for Human Values, and other local groups recently came together for an exploration of cultural differences to bring communities together. Check out how the World Culture Festival Hampton Roads is making a mark.
So World Culture Festival aims to bring all communities together and create a more compassionate and harmonious society.
There's a lot of separation and division going on amongst us.
Across their differences, beyond their differences, we are the same.
People from all the community, tradition, culture, they come together and they can celebrate.
We want to create that sense of belongingness, and you will notice that in each and every performance that we do, the speakers that we have, the well-being sessions, and the food made with a lot of love.
Very interesting initiatives that will be highlighted to show the goodness of people in the grassroots in Hampton Road, what they are doing, and inspiring maybe people to join them.
All walks of life, all different cultures together in one setting just to have a great time.
It sends the message across Hampton Roads that we are all one. We can not just coexist, we can celebrate each other's diversity.
Coming from the space of contributing to the society and making this world a better place. Come and join us and let's celebrate together.
And after the World Culture Festival in Hampton Roads, the National Art of Living organization held a 3-day event at the National Mall in D.C., and it represented more than 100 countries. Still to come on Making a Mark, our special here, a man with a criminal history proves it's never too late to turn your life around, how he's using his past to help others in his position. And turning tragedy into something positive, we'll introduce you to a woman who's making it her mission to stop the violence. Welcome back to the 13 News Now Making a Mark special. This next story proves it's never too late to change your life. A man with a criminal past turned his life around, and his latest venture puts a powerful message on display in hopes of saving troubled lives and healing the community. Here's how Amar Skinner is making a mark. 444 North Main Street in Suffolk. It's a place of rebirth, both for the building that sits there.
It was called, I guess, the Castle Inn. They rebuilt it after it caught on fire.
And for the building's owner.
My hands and my feet were shackled down long before I went to prison, because the prison was in the mind. And as I unlocked the mind, the spiritual forces unlocked a lot of things for me.
Amar Skinner says he grew up in Suffolk and led a life of crime.
I went to prison for a first-degree murder charge, which was reduced to second degree. I also had malicious wounding charges from shooting up a gambling house.
After serving 11 years behind bars, Amar says he never looked back.
I was determined that I will own every business that I used as a service or a product. That's how I end up with 6 businesses right now.
Then a full circle moment, converting this historic Suffolk building to the ex-felon entrepreneurship retail museum, or eFirm. The museum showcases the history of the prison system, supports inmates re-entering society, and shares ways to disrupt criminal influences.
It promotes living, not killing. It promotes empathy, meaning you place yourself in the shoes of other people and you won't make them your victims.
Amar says he hopes being transparent about his past could change someone else's future.
If I do not give this information back to society, then I went through everything for nothing. The child that looks like me coming up that don't think that he can be nothing but what he sees in the rap video. I hope that it'll show that child that I can save my community.
And again, the Ex-Felon Entrepreneurship Retail Museum is located at 444 North Main Street in Suffolk. There are also virtual tours on the museum's website. Let's turn now to Newport News, where a local nonprofit is supporting cross-country and track athletes at Minchville High School. And it's all due to one teen who loved the sport and loved his team. Take a look at the impact of Luke's legacy.
My name is Annalise Geer, and Luke was my child, my son. He was a very determined young man, and he had a love for running. But despite the fact that he was a very good runner, he was never cocky. I think that's one of the reasons why he left such a strong feeling of loss. He was actually rapidly diagnosed in July of 2020. He was 15 years old at the time. It's a very rare type of cancer called histiocytic sarcoma. And he passed away very rapidly on December 22nd, 2020. When he was at UVA in the intensive care unit, he said, you know, Mom, I'm not going to be able to run the next season, but I want to be a good teammate, and so I would like to provide uniforms for the cross-country team. We have a kind of a three-point mission: provide support to the cross-country team in whatever ways we can, provide 2 scholarships of $2,500 each to graduated Minchville seniors who have lettered in the sport. We want to also provide make a significant contribution to help resolve childhood cancer. Luke was a very good runner. He was sort of a quiet, encouraging presence to his friends on the team. I talk to them periodically, and I always say the same thing: go forth, live your life, live a good life, and keep a little piece of Luke in your heart. He's living in each and every one of you.
Well, turning now to this, all too often we share stories of gun violence gripping Hampton roads, but we don't always learn the victims' stories or even get to put a face to a name. Well, a mom who lost her son years ago is changing that, turning her grief into a movement to save others, transform communities, and keep her son's memory alive. Let me introduce you to Monica Atkins.
We clean up Effingham Street 3 times a year or more if we have to.
Steps away from where this sign stands in Portsmouth, Antonio Atkins was shot.
December the 5th, 2014. My son was 25 years of age, and he was on his way driving down Effingham Street, taking his girlfriend home, and somebody brutally pulled up on the car and shot the car.
That is how Antonio tragically died, but his mother, Monica Atkins, chooses to remember how he lived.
My son's personality was everything. He was never disrespectful. My son would never part ways without saying, Mom, I love you.
Nearly 4 years after Antonio's death, Monica started the nonprofit Stop the Violence 757 to spread awareness and provide support for victims, families, and communities.
We acknowledge nonprofits that's being overlooked in the community. Some years we gave away scholarships. We just not on social media to be seen. We're actually in the communities. 2022 saw a record number of homicides in Hampton roads. Monica says this is a crisis and action must be taken now. Get involved. Get your children involved. Check your children when they're wrong. Be the parent and not their friends. The nonprofit is constantly working to eradicate gun violence. Monica says her strength to keep fighting comes from God and Antonio. My son was my everything. He was my best friend. When they took my son, to me, they messed with the wrong parent because I refused to be quiet. This is who I am. I love being a change in the community, or at least trying to be the change. Since we first aired this story, Monica lost another loved one to gun violence. Her niece, Erica, was killed in a shooting in Portsmouth. We caught up with her shortly after.
Something has to be done. And I mean now. This just cannot be the norm for us. It cannot be. It's just a revolving door happening over and over and over.
Monica says her grieving process includes working to take back her community. She continues her work to stop the violence. Coming up next, as we wrap up our special, we'll introduce you to a retired teacher who's still working to help children believe in themselves with a little help from a four-legged friend. Plus, turning a passion into a business to connect with people all over the world. Buckle up, we're about to take you to Meal Ticket Raceway. Welcome back to 13 News Now. We have time for a few more stories here on our Making a Mark special. So let's start with this one. You may have heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, that village isn't just parents, educators, and role models. Sometimes it includes our furry friends. A retired Virginia Beach educator is making a mark by using one special dog to show children how unique and powerful they truly are.
How did you find them? Asked Danny's dad. Fred smiles. We use the talents we were born with.
The story of this super pup isn't real.
She's very smart. Always look both ways before you cross the road.
But she was.
She was my dog for 14 years, my very first golden doodle.
And her impact on young minds is.
We have something to say, says Danny, raising his voice. So I wanted her memory to live on and just share her unconditional love and kindness with children.
Shenley O'Doodle,
half golden, half poodle,
saves the day when chaos unfolds.
Shenley used the skills that she was given. The Doberman Pinscher, he looks just like his parents.
Retired Rosemont Elementary teacher and guidance counselor Ansley Hackathorn says she wrote the book to empower children.
Shenley was very unique. She didn't look like her parents, and the other dogs almost bullied her. But she prevailed. She was very kind. She worked through the bullying. She has a nice level of confidence.
There are several teachable moments.
Shenley's the leader. I really packed it with some powerful guidance counselor messages.
But Ansley hopes one simple lesson stands out.
Follow your dreams and believe in yourself. Would you like to pet these two little boys?
She says it's all about inspiring children to embrace what makes them special.
Is he giving you licks? Oh.
Just like Shenley.
Every child goes through self-doubt, so just learning to be empowered by your differences and, you know, rise above, let them empower you to find your superpower.
I can't tell you how excited those kids were to see those puppies, but I tell you what, they learned a thing or two that day as well. Now, if you're looking for a new furry friend, Ansley is also a golden doodle breeder. You can find out if any pups are ready for adoption or get your copy of her book through the Virginia Beach Golden Doodles website. It's also available on Amazon. Well, next up is a celebration of music and culture in Norfolk. More than 1,000 people attended a recent festival that's all about South Korean pop music. It's a genre that's growing in popularity around the world and right here in our community. Here's what Kpop 757 is all about. The wave of K-pop.
BTS, Blackpink, Gangnam Style.
Splashing on our shore.
Our K-pop community is here. It's live and it's well.
Ariel Mitchell helped start Kpop 757 in 2017. Since then, the group has put on events celebrating South Korean pop music.
So we wanted to create a safe space for us to kind of enjoy and just come together as like a team and just, you know, try to have a good time.
Marketing manager Catherine Frost says K-pop's unique songs and dances help portray the genre's diversity and inclusivity.
Fostering like a really positive community and like really trying to bring community together.
And operations manager Sarah Lane says both longtime fans and newcomers are entertained and inspired.
A lot of parents have reached out to us, like, you know, my daughter, son, etc. have come to the event, and I came in not knowing anything, but now I'm a K-pop fan too. When's the next event?
And with each event, Sarah says Kpop 757 is proud to share the culture in their corner of the world.
And for those who do not know K-pop or maybe are interested, again, just a place to come and learn and enjoy.
And yes, I tried to do some of those dances, but I didn't look nearly as good as they did, though, okay? The group's mini K-pop convention, Kpop Daebak, happened at Slover Library in Norfolk. Visitors came from as far away as Canada to enjoy the dance-offs and explore the merchandise. So cool. Well, we have time for just one more story, and this one comes with a healthy dose, of nostalgia. Dallas Stevens turned a childhood passion into a new purpose, helping people trade stress and anxiety for joy and relief. Fasten your seatbelts. We're headed to the Meal Ticket Raceway in Portsmouth.
Diesel mechanic Dallas Stevens was once an avid motorcyclist until he came to a crossroads.
Basically, you get older. My wife, she used to ride with me. She has concerns, and I need to attend to those concerns.
Dallas still rides sometimes, but needed a new hobby. That's when he rediscovered something old.
Started, doing Hot Wheels. Not exactly the same feel as riding a bike, but, get you motivated, unsuspected, or just the joy of just power and speed.
18,000 tiny cars and a garage overhaul later, Dallas's passion is now his business.
So I decided to meet this Raceway here, which is Meal Ticket Raceway.
This massive Hot Wheels track is the hub of his die-cast racing community on social media.
The biggest one is right now is TikTok.
More than 72,000 followers strong. People all over the world mailing Dallas their toy cars to join live tournaments online.
I'm reaching people that love racing.
But he says what draws people to the Raceway is more than just nostalgia.
It's a healing in a sense, where people can just get away from the world, and just enjoy themselves for a change. It brings a positive light throughout what's going on sometimes in this world that we see.
And that one also got the stamp as my son's favorite Making a Mark of the year. He's a big Hot Wheels fan. Well, you can learn more about Meal Ticket Raceway and all of these stories on 13newsnow.com. Just look for the Making a Mark tab at the top of the homepage. And hey, I'm always looking for new stories to tell. So if you know a person or a group doing good for their community and you want me to share their story, just let me know. Email me or reach out on social media. Well, thank you for joining me as I revisit the stories of people and groups in Hampton Roads who are making a mark on their community. For all of us here at 13 News Now, I'm Ashley Smith.